19. Give it up for Richard Stanley, everybody.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Just to clarify, I think I've had a lot to drink, so I probably said it wrong when I was talking about it. But I was on Felipe Esparza's show, who was the winner of 2010 Last Comic Stand. I was also on the Adam Carolla show, and then I did a documentary for Viceland, and basically all of that was to basically tell the world about all the dumb fucking shit I've done in my life. This is actually my first time doing stand-up. So everything's all fucked up in the world right now, you know, so my hope is to be able to tell you guys, you know, some stories from my past and basically bring everybody together with laughter through my own fucking dipshittery, I guess you could say. So I don't know if anybody's ever been banned from a fucking like store or whatever, but when I was 19, I actually got fucking banned from my own bank. And they fucking told me, they were fucking serious, dude. They were like, hey, look, if we fucking see you in this branch or any other fucking branch, we're calling the cops, you know? And they were fucking serious, you know? And pretty much what set them off was, I don't know if you guys know those fucking gag glasses with the fake nose and the mustache and the eyebrows. So, take off the fucking eyebrows, the mustache, and the nose, and just leave the glasses. I threw them motherfuckers on with the hat, and I robbed my own fucking bank. I walked up in there, and like people are looking at me like, you know, kind of like, you look fucking familiar. And I fucking just walked up in there, and I'm like, put the money on the counter, Louis packs and arms tracing devices. I want both drawers, 2 more guys outside, we're gonna serve the same with Joe. And I move on to the next teller, say my lines, and then I go back to the first one and collect. And they're looking at me like the whole fucking time, like, yeah, you can't put my fucking finger on it. Like, you look fucking familiar as hell. So, yeah, I could never go in there again after that. That was when I was 18. And then a couple months after I turned 19, the fucking FBI finally got me. And they charged me for, I think it was 13 bank robberies. And I thought I was being super clever with my words, you know, put the money on the counter, moving packs and arms, chasing devices, and I want both drawers, there's 2 more guys outside with guns, serve the same with Joe. And fucking, it wasn't that clever, because these motherfuckers tried to break me off, too. When they caught me, they were like 96 fucking years or some shit like that. And basically the only thing got me off was, before they cracked me, they arrested the wrong guy and tried to set this motherfucker up. And fucking, they got the bank tellers to point at him in the front of the lineup. Hey, it looks like him. So, he was fucked, dude. He even had like drug classes that he just happened to miss because he was getting high or some shit. And fucking, I hit banks on those days that he missed his classes. This fool was fucking through. And I found out when he got arrested. And I took 3 weeks off to kind of contemplate, you know, because I had money and shit. And then at the end of the day, I was like, fuck it, you know, I'm just going to keep robbing banks. I had to rob like 2 or 3 more banks before they finally let that poor motherfucker go. But they did, eventually. So, long story short, they ended up sending me to fucking prison. I ended up getting a deal for 8 years, and I ended up doing a little over 7. And well, like, I want to say my first 4 months in actual prison, not county jail, I finally landed on the yard where I was going to be endorsed to. When you go to prison, you hit like a reception yard, and it's like this fucking lethal concoction of fucking people who are short-timing, meaning they have, I don't know, short time would be like under 5 years. And then you have the people that are fucking doing life and shit, you know, all kinds of life sentences, and they're all mixed together. The lifers don't like hearing about people who are fucking going home in 5 fucking years complaining about how much time they got. So there's always some shit cracking off, people feeling disrespected. But I finally ended up making it to the yard I was going to go to. And And I swear to God, dude, like my first fucking week there, this paisa, which is like Mexican immigrant, he comes up to me and he's like, he tells me in Spanish, he's like, hey, can you translate for me with this food? And he was talking about a wood named Slasher, right? And the paisa's name was like Chicales or something like that. And so I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'll translate, you know? And this fool, so he's telling me, he's like, tell this fool that he owes me money. It's been 2 weeks, he was already supposed to pay me. So I'm like, all right, I tell the wood Slasher, I'm like, hey, it's been 2 weeks, you know, he wants his money. And he's like, well, tell him I ain't got it. I was like, dice que no lo tiene. I was like, you said he ain't got it. He's like, well, I want it, you know, I want it right now. I told him, he wants it today. And he's like, you tell him that fucking ain't no Mexican gonna lay a hand on a white guy in this yard. So I'm like, all right, you know, so I tell him, and I'm focused on the translating part. You know, I'm like, okay, I'm fucking rocking it, you know, I'm killing this shit. I was like, man, I get a fucking job at the United Nations after I get up out this bitch. You know, I'm so good at it. I'm just extremely focused. So I'm telling him, and then he's like, I was like, he said, fucking ain't no Mexican gonna lay a hand on a white guy on the yard. And he's like, dijo eso? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, all right. And he just walks off. So I'm like, awesome. And then I'm thinking I fucking killed that shit. And long story short, the next day I'm out on the yard and I see Slasher, and then I just see two fools jump on him. They start fucking cracking him, stabbing him, all kinds of shit. I'm thinking, wow, that's crazy. I was just talking to this motherfucker yesterday. You know, fucking small world. You know, and then after he gets thrown into what's called the meat wagon, the fucking shot caller for the woods comes up to me and he's like, hey, what's up, Bandit? He's like, do you feel better now? You know, you don't feel disrespected? I'm thinking like, oh shit, you know, something fucking happened with the translation thing. And then, yeah, so long story short, my first fucking week in prison, I have this fool named Slasher who's serving triple life for murders that becomes my fucking mortal enemy, you know? So, anywho, that's my time. Thanks for listening.